Damn it. Fucking hate this house. So fucking dark. Ta-da! Oh my gosh. It is 7:42 in the evening of Monday, December 28th, 2015. And yes, I got power back. Yahoo! Yahoo! Okay. First of all, I gotta close these blinds up. So excuse me for a bit. Well, I'm just gonna close this one here. The other one can stay because when it gets too hot in this room, that window's being open. But I got the vent open right now. Normally, I would have it shut and then covered with a cardboard box. But, oh my gosh. Just feeling my foot. Feeling the warmth of that heater. Oh my gosh. Now going to bed to socks for me tonight. Oh my gosh. Okay. Over at the Pioneer Center in Weatherford, Oklahoma, it was open thanks to the mayor and his wife and courtesy of crap, I forgot, the Custer County Department something or another donated a generator to use for the place so that people can go in and warm up. And I was afraid that, not afraid, but I kind of thought that I'd be staying the night there because they said that that if the lights are off all night, then not only can people just get there to warm up, but also they can have something to eat and then have a bed to sleep on. Oh my gosh, but it was like a smorgasbord up there. I mean, there was soup, pizza, tortilla wraps, they had all kinds of fixings up there, and it was pretty good. And I think the people that are there, I think most of them, I don't know all the names, but I did meet the mayor's wife. I thanked her for this opportunity for them to do this. And around 7:30, I saw a friend up there. Well, it was about 7 o'clock really. I saw a friend of mine up there. I'm not going to reveal their names due to confidentiality, whatever. But a friend, two friends that I knew up there, they were up there, and one of them told me that they think my power's back on because the people she was talking to lived down the street from me. So I thought, okay, so I thought I had to walk home to see if my place was on. Well, it was so nice that the mayor's wife said that she'll have one of the officers give me a ride home. Like, that was pretty cool. So, Officer Flowers of Weatherford, Oklahoma, you the man. You awesome. I mean, I wasn't even sure that, cops would give people rides to homes and whatnot because I think one time I was walking and I hailed down a police officer trying to get a ride home, and they said they don't do that kind of stuff or something like that. But I thought this was awesome. I mean, the guy gave me a ride home. He didn't have to, but he did, and it was awesome. Pretty cool guy. See what else? Oh gosh, there was the soup, and then there was like chicken breast and chicken tenders, and there was pizza, sausage pizza, pepperoni pizza, cheese pizza. They had cheese sticks. They had little, deep fried okra, and all this other type of food. And I sat there, and I had my laptop in front of me. I had my book, Tim Allen's. I'm Not Really Here. I almost said Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man because that was his first book. This was the second book right here. And also, I had my playing cards as well. And I started reading this, and I tell you, this book, okay, it kind of wobbling there. I started reading this book, and let me tell you, I am right now on page 34, okay, and I don't read much. I don't read at all. In fact, but this is not bad. I mean, 34 pages in like almost a day. Okay, reading a little bit at a time. That's not bad. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to continue reading this because, I mean, the guy is funny. I mean, I know he's already hilarious on film and TV, and you know, it's not the fact that I choose not to read the book, but I just don't read books in general. But somehow I just kind of like, okay, no power, no TV. What you got to do but read. So I started reading it. Like I said earlier, I think I started blogging this as well. But I did blog that it was either that or 50 Shades of Grey. And I gotta tell you, I don't think that I wanted to read this out in public because I hear a bunch of controversiality or whatever the stuff inside it. It's supposed to be one of those sexy novels. But the problem is, stop fucking pictures, man. So anywho, so yeah, I did. It's a good thing I did start reading this, and I think thanks Tim Allen, and I did. The guy's hilarious, and I know I said that before. I'm a broken record. I'm a repeating record. But it's awesome. In fact, I might have to do some videos of like what I think about his book, and as I'm reading on through, and what it did, it made me inspired to write a novel of my own. In fact, because I read his book, gave me ideas on what to write about me. So what I did, I went ahead and started writing about the power outage here in Weatherford. And because of reading his material, it just gave me the idea to write my stuff. I kind of learned how to write. I've always wanted to be a writer. I've always had stories to tell, but I didn't know how to put it on paper or didn't know how to write it down. I had wrote some down. I thought I knew what I was writing about. I had like 13 chapters of this one story I had. It completely got lost because my dad threw the old computer away. Therefore, my old stories went kapooey. But yes, hopefully this has kind of helped me out on my writing skills, because apparently if you read, you're gonna get pinpoints on how to write, on what you write about, and it's not a copy of his book, but it's more like a it's more like a my daily activity of like what he's writing about, because I mean, it's not a novel. It's more like a memoir, memoir. I don't know that word. You know what I think you know what I'm talking about. Memoirs. Memoirs. Anywho, it starts off with this dream he had about deep in the Venezuelan jungle, and talk about jumps out unloading supplies when there was a beautiful day that turns black and all that. It talks about his dream. He comes across this opening, looks like to be man-made, goes in there, and he goes in, and he thinks it's some ancient stuff, but he discovers a couple of tablets. One had a T and one had an A. And I'm not really going to get into it. I'm not going to try to spoil this. I may be spoiling a little bit, but I'm not going to go far much into it, because it's he kind of thinks in his dream he thinks he figures out the meaning of life type thing. But after it talks about his dream, a few pages, 1, 2, 3, about 5 pages long, then it goes into Saturday, which is the first chapter of his book. Saturday, chapter 1, and then starts with, my eyes snap open, and I wake up in the dark. Floating stones, hidden rooms, jeweled eggs, life's answers. What a dream. Too bad it's not that simple. However, this is still better than my other reoccurring dream, in which I am naked at the high school assembly. I mean, that's hilarious, you know? That I'm just reading that first paragraph, that's all. And that right there, you just want to read more. You know, and I did. I read more. I'm at page 10, 11, 12. I was at page 13 when I had to close the book. The first night. And then the next day, which is, you know, today, I read from page 13 to 34, which kind of finished up here. And now I'm fixing to read that part, you know. So, I like it. He's funny. And, I mean, who knew? I mean, he's talking about his life as he's going through that process throughout that time, pretty much, and it's awesome reading it. I love reading now. I mean, it's awesome. Now, of course, I am going to finish my Star Wars marathon. But I just, you know, after the Star Wars marathon is over, and I know I don't have cable or internet, not cable, I know I don't have internet back, so no internet and no phone, unable to watch Netflix, so yeah, I'm going back to that book after I finish the Star Wars marathon, and yeah, so like I said, a special thanks out there to the mayor's wife. I forgot their names. I'm not good with names, but I do know it was the mayor's wife I met. A big thank you, shout out to Officer Flowers of the Weatherford Police Department. Thank you for driving me home. Thank you to the men and women in the power of the PSO, the Public Service Company of Oklahoma, who work with the electricity here in Weatherford. Thank you so much for doing the best you can to, you know, give us back some electricity. I know it's tough out there. It's cold like a bitch out there. And if a bitch was cold, sometimes some bitches are pretty hot. You gotta think about that too. So, I mean, my mom used to say, it's colder than a witch's tit. I start thinking, Mom? My mind knows that, you know, witches are just, you know, mythical creatures, but how does she know the temperature of a witch's tit? Just wondering. So anywho, yes, shout outs and thank yous to the, you know, to the officers and the Public Service Company of Oklahoma, the mayor and his wife. I need to find their names on the internet somehow, and if I do, by the time this video is uploaded, I'm going to leave the description of their names, and yeah, okay, yeah, descriptions in the below of the mayor and his wife, and that's a big shout out of them, and of course the Officer Flowers and the men and women of Public Service Company of Oklahoma. So, okay, with that being said, I am going to go back to da 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 da